Who knows when it will start? It might be starting right now. We're waiting for it to say live on the computer, so you can't hold this against us if it's not actually working. Here.
You can hold it against us, but we're learning.
Right now it's buffering, so not really sure.
I'm on my way. Ooh.
It says we're live, and it says we've been live for 33 seconds.
Oh, hi.
We'll find out. All right, let's switch over to the OBS. Thanks to whoever is watching, either in the current or in the future. We were supposed to have an event today, but obviously because of the coronavirus, that couldn't happen. So I imagine most of the people that will be watching it in real time know us already. But for those in the future that don't, I'm Mike Varley.
I'm Jessie Hyatt.
And together we are Highley Varlet. And what we're going to be doing over the next, well, year, providing that everything goes well, is walking around New York City one marathon at a time, 5 days a week. And while we're going to be doing that, we're going to be wearing clothing that is seasonal. 5 days a week, we're going to be wearing different clothes. And we wanted it to be something that matched our tastes, as well as something that maybe inspired people and communicated beyond just, wearing something that you got for Christmas. So what we wanted to do here, in lieu of the event that we had planned, where we were going to show off the clothes and do some screen printing and all sorts of stuff, is just kind of do some type of kickoff where we talk about the clothes that we're going to be wearing for the spring. So
we're at home, coming to you in your homes, having a live stream party.
Yes.
Instead.
This is very safe distance 2020.
Even we are about 6 feet apart right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a brave new world, and we are here to. So, let's start talking about Jessie's clothes. We have, this is what our Monday outfits are going to be. And
yeah.
So we have this. This is.
So all of our clothes, we decided to get them on a tier system. We wanted to be getting things that are ethically made. So we started by getting vintage clothing when we could. If we can't, it's American made or union made. And we did all the alterations ourselves. And the only pieces that are not sort of in that ethical tier are a handful of like long underwear pieces that had to be added for practicality. So what I have on right now is all vintage. It's vintage jeans that we got in Philadelphia. This weird like jumpsuit, long sleeve tie thing.
Yeah.
That's totally added. This is and then this jacket that says glam on the back. And yeah, these are all from vintage warehouses in Philadelphia and New Jersey that we went to in November.
Yep.
And then I have my pink Hokas, which are not vintage because they need to be new for my health.
Yeah. Something about the shoes that you'll see is they're not really coordinated to match the outfits. Hopefully they will intersect, but they are in this instance, yes. But by and large, we are prioritizing our foot health over coordination of clothes. So.
Yes. And good thing that this like sportswear thick-soled sneakers are in fashion right now.
Yeah.
That works out nicely for us. Yeah. But now I think you should show the back of your jacket because I just showed the back of my jacket and they match.
Nice. Yes. Oh, and also I'm going to say hi to the stream now. Thanks for who's here now. So far it's Brian as Ben. and Sherry. So hi, thanks for joining us.
Oh, this is fun.
And Jesse was afraid this wouldn't be fun. Turns out it is fun. So.
It's like you guys are really here.
Okay, so this is my outfit. This is the Monday, or what we assume is the Monday outfit, I guess. Because my jackets have a little bit of a phrase story that happens. So whereas Jesse's black jacket is blam, mine is bless. Can you see that all right?
But no.
No?
No, come closer.
How about now?
Come on. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Nice.
Nice. So mine says bless, and as you'll see, it spells out a phrase, which if you've seen the video we've already made, you will know what it is, but otherwise we'll reveal it during the stream. In addition to that, we have some pants that I picked up while we were thrifting, I believe. I don't know offhand. I'll have to check to see what it says on the website. If you look at our clothing page, it details every item, what tier the clothing is developed at, and I'll show a little chart later that can demonstrate everything. And then this is the first of our dichotomies shirts, which you can see on the clothing page as well. And dichotomies are an idea that Jesse and I have had for 3-4 years now. And the premise is that there are shirts that have very similar wording, but the words are structured in such a manner that they have different sentiments attached to them. So the first one is, "You are not your thoughts." And as you'll see with Jesse in the next outfit, it is, "All we are is thought." And so the idea is that you look at these clothes, and if you're interested in purchasing one, you kind of make the decision, am I more interested in the sentiment, am I more interested in the design, or is there some sort of combination of the two? And by doing that, you've kind of imbued that piece of clothing with more meaning than maybe you've had in some of your other clothes. So we were just kind of interested in doing something that wasn't like just do it, or thing number one, thing number two, I'm a stupid, like kind of those types of shirts that you see everywhere. And so yeah, so we made these, and the way that we're going to be distributing them in the future, when we actually do get to have an event, because there's not a global pandemic, you can pick which one you like, and then we're going to print receipts, we think, of them, rather than have the shirts on hand, and then we can deliver them to your houses, hopefully not in a quarantine outfit.
I mean, if we have to, we just put them on the doorstep. It's fine. There'll be a plan in place.
Yeah. And we're going to do that while walking around, so we'll cater a walk to the delivery of the shirts. That's the idea we have right now. So, yeah.
There's a question here.
Yeah.
Question. Is any of the clothing blacklight responsive?
We can test that.
I feel like what you're wearing
this
right
probably
now would
is.
be. I think what I'm going to be wearing next would be. This, like, potentially could be. Patches might be. Have we tested the patches yet?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What your shoes are.
Shoes definitely probably are. We have some blacklight, so if it gets dark enough, maybe we can stick around long enough for the stream. You can see.
Yeah, maybe that'll be second too. You're wearing. I don't know if that's true. Chris has joined us and says that you can't see it, but he's wearing my socks. I think that's a joke.
Maybe.
I'm gonna put my second outfit on.
Okay. Well, Jessie puts her second outfit on. I'll see if there's anything else on the stream to respond to. Thanks everybody for joining. While I have you guys here, if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be fantastic. I think I've told pretty much everybody that's already in the channel. Our intention, somewhere down the line, once we get 1,000 subscribers, because that's the requirement for YouTube, is to walk around while we're doing our walking, GoPro live stream different things that we're seeing. It'd be kind of cool. So while you all are at your desks, maybe still at your homes, maybe back at work, you can see what we're doing and see if there's some sort of post-apocalyptic wasteland that's happening, or maybe it's normal and everybody's happy again. We'll see. But yeah, If you sub, then I think we're at like 18, so we've got quite a ways to go. And I don't even know if we can make it in a year, but if we do, that'd be super awesome. So, yeah, and I think I'm using this thing called Streamlabs OBS, which maybe some of you already know. But I'm learning about streaming, like, really in the past 2 days since we had to cancel the event. And they have some, like, alert boxes that maybe if one of you sub, there'll be a noise or something. I don't know. I try to keep it as minimal as possible, so that way nothing could fail too much. Which also, we are doing this over a wireless connection, so at some point we might completely freeze. I don't know. Oh, here comes Jessie.
Okay, I'm back. These are my pajamas. This is my pajama outfit for Tuesdays. This is the under.
Whoa, somebody just subscribed.
Oh, cool.
Maybe, I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, because that apparently isn't appearing over the webcam, but thank you.
That was a cool noise.
It was a cool noise.
So this is my dichotic tee. Oh, another one.
See, isn't this adorable? You get to see Jessie be, happy when a noise is made.
This one says, "All we are is thought."
So yeah, this one is a pretty cool design. It's not immediately clear what's going on at any one point, which I think is nice because you have to like think about it a second. But we add one word each time until it is all we are is thought, and then it goes backwards. So it's all we are is thought is all we are, and then we flip the whole thing so that it's being read this way as well. So yeah, I think this one that I'm wearing, is referencing the parental advisory logo from CDs. So we're pretty happy with that one. I think it's a little more liminal, but this one is like, I don't know, like a thunderbolt or something.
Yeah, this one's a thunderbolt.
And so we're going to be doing, this one's kind of like a very single edition where it's green on purple.
Yeah, this one is just because this is what I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
The actual shirt that we're going to be making for people to purchase if they want it is, there's two options. There's a white on black and there's a gold on white.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we don't have them with us today, but we will.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to be having them whenever we have the event. You guys can see them.
Yeah.
The black, or the white on black, I think looks really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
That was, originally we just kind of thought we'd do a white on black and a black on white. But neither of us wear black clothes very much. So
we're tuning our clothes.
Yeah. So we decided that we needed to make at least one variant that Jessie could wear. So at the event, whenever we have it, she'll be wearing the gold on white.
Yeah.
And then we figured we might as well have that for sale for other people that aren't into wearing black clothes. But we have a lot of friends that we know like wearing black clothes, so we're hopeful that some people will be interested in those as well.
Yeah.
So,
why don't you change?
Yeah,
your
I'm going to
next
change
outfit, and
into my next outfit. So
I'll
Jessie.
explain what this is here that I'm wearing. I mean, you already kind of did, but it's annoying.
Yeah.
Again, it's all pieces that are either secondhand or vintage. The sweatshirt is from a cool bulk place in Philadelphia. The pants are also from there. The little like soft top underneath is from a more curated store, also in Philadelphia. The pants are really cool because they're like big and like poly, stretchy. That's why they're like my pajama outfit, because everything's just like big. This is the outfit that I'm gonna wear when I just need to be comfy. Oh, you like the sweatshirt? Oh, thank you. I'm reading the comments here. Oh, Sherry asked if we'll walk to Connecticut. Not this year, but maybe in the future. Wow, you guys are talking a lot to us. This is nice. Huh. The whole green outfit is top notch. Oh, thank you. I don't know what that means. Okay. yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. I guess the whole process of finding the clothes was really fun. It was before we told anyone that we were going to be doing this project, so Mike and I made a plan to go to Philadelphia, and we met up with my friend Amber and we met up with our friend Berger, but didn't tell them what we were doing. We were just like, oh yeah, we're here to like shop. We're just here to shop, but we were like buying all these clothes, and I don't know. Actually, we should ask them if they bought anything of it. Um, but it was nice to go to all these thrift stores, and especially the big bin stores that are just for vintage retailers. It's very focused. My reading face. Yeah, we went to this place where only like vintage stores are supposed to go. So we were rummaging around, and there's like store owners, and it got kind of competitive, but like not really competitive. Just like a handful of times we grabbed for the same thing, and they're like trying to resell it, and we just want to wear it. Oh, this is good.
Okay.
Mike, what are you wearing?
Who are you wearing? Well, we're wearing Highley Varlet. This is the second of the jackets that we did. This one says this on it, which I thought was a funny thing to put on a jacket. I guess I'll get closer again since it didn't wear glasses.
Please, I'll get changed.
Well, don't get changed. We need to see each other together.
Oh.
So we have the jacket on it. This is, I know I just said how we don't wear black clothing very much, but we made an exception for this one. This is kind of another thread that we're pursuing as we're doing the walks, which is connections with unions, New York unions, if we can. But just in general, Jesse and I have been interested in the concept of unions and how unions have supported friends and family members in our lives. And it just seems like we are in a time in history now where it makes sense for them to make a comeback. They're always there, but kind of rise to prominence again and start defending the rights of people that are working and getting squeezed out of the money that's rightly theirs. So.
Well, also because we're, since this is how we're choosing to spend our days, it seems important that people that are still going to work are treated fairly. We have chosen to take this year to do something with our time, which is still labor, certainly, but the people that have to work for someone else, we want to be treated fairly while they do their labor.
Yeah. So our first season is going to be the Communication Workers of America. We've had some initial contacts with them, and we are hoping that we can maybe get somebody on the podcast during this first season to speak to the concerns and recent progress of the group. But, we're starting from a period, a place of limited knowledge, but a lot of enthusiasm, and we hope we can convert that into some interesting conversations, and definitely excited to engage anybody on that side of the chat if they have leads for us or just general interest. So yeah, so that's that. And then these pants, picked these up when we were doing our Philadelphia thrifting back in November. So you want to stand up here and you can see what we look like together?
Oh, sure. Now we're less than 6 feet apart.
Now we're, we did it. So this is us.
This is us.
This is Tuesday.
There,
Let's see, I'm reading the chat now. Let's see. Sophie says she loves these pants. I'm presuming they are Jesse's pants, although these are also nice pants. We haven't tried walking long distances in the clothes yet. we have picked clothes that were comfort-based, and we think that we just didn't want to wear clothes like health goth or like spandexy or anything like that. Just didn't really match our style. I mean, it might come to a point where we just can't wear these clothes. I mean, we haven't stress tested them. There's not really a way to stress test them to that degree. But we're hopeful that just by picking fabrics that feel right and relying on our past experience of long distance walking and knowing what feels good and what doesn't, that it's going to carry us through. So, hey Hardy, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Let's see who else is here and what else. I am Mork Travolta. Thanks. That's a great Xbox handle name. As far as my thoughts on Deja Vu, I guess we'll get to it very soon. Let's see what else. Cool. I would be interested in hearing about who you know at the CWA, Becca, or Ben. I don't know who's that is at this point now.
I'm back. I decided to stop putting my shoes on.
Jesse has gone to a no shoe policy, everyone. Just
We're
so you
in
know.
our house.
Yeah.
It takes a little while.
Yeah. Before we go to your clothes, just get to one last question.
Sure.
Brian asked, will you let us know when you experience bouts of deja vu,
Okay.
its start and end point, and when you feel you actually experience that moment? Yes.
Sure.
We can
It
do
happened
that.
last night for me. What was it? Something happened. I said it
Yeah, I did.
yesterday.
Yeah. I don't remember what it
now.
was. Yeah.
It was there. In the
Hopefully we'll actually be recording when that happens, so it's way more
Yeah.
impactful. Otherwise it'll be in retrospect. Oh, the CWA thing was bad. Great.
That makes sense.
Oh,
This is a nice family portrait, says Brian.
okay. I think we're up to
Okay.
date on chats. Now we're going with Jesse's stuff.
Do you want to get changed since your outfit doesn't have anything to do with me?
No, let's.
Okay.
You can't handle the delayed talking.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Okay, so this is my outfit. This is a dress that I wore at the end of the day every day when we went to walk in California. And it's a dress from a company called Ace and Jig that I've done some work for. And that's a small company that's based between Brooklyn and Portland. And they're really nice. So I felt excited about representing them and wearing their clothing once a week for the next 3 months. And then underneath I have a black turtleneck that is thrifted. And then this reversible jacket.
Yeah, this is cool.
This is a cool jacket. I think the green one is a better look, but I just like that it's reversible. And it's kind of like a weird camo vibe. And then I have this hat that Mike made for me a long time ago at a tie-dye party.
At Brian's tie-dye party.
Yeah. You can't see it next to it. And I have my long underwear on as tights.
Nice.
And we'll probably wear them until it gets warm.
So that's that outfit.
So that's that.
Hello to JTV Varley, which
who's
it has to be, I don't know if it's Jason or Jim or someone, but thanks for coming by.
Jacket.
Brian wants your jacket.
Oh, cool.
I'll be right back.
Okay, bye. Oh, wow. Oh, there was a high-speed chase near our apartment? Okay. Whoa. The delayed response is strange, I would agree. Oh, it's one of, is it Jason? JTV says, hello, Uncle Michael. So it must be Jason. Hi, Jason. I know you didn't say hi to me. You said hi to your uncle, but I say hi. Yeah, I feel like it's weird to talk to a video camera and not have a response. So I'll just keep trying to do that. I guess I can tell you about our first walk. On the 20th is the day that we start, and we're going to be walking down to the Rockaways, and that's just going to be a one-day thing. We are doing that because later in about a month we have a wedding to go to, and it's Ben and Becca's wedding. Most of you here know that, but we are not going to be walking on that Friday because that's when the wedding is, and so we're taking that Friday day and bringing it to now. So that'll be our first walk, and then the first full week we're going to be going through all the places in Brooklyn that we already know really well. So we're going to start at our house and go, I think, up through Greenpoint and then down to Gowanus and Red Hook and Sunset Park and back up around the park through Crown Heights and Bed-Stuy and back home. So it'll be familiar to us, which I think will be particular to that walk. That and like areas in Manhattan we know really well. But we won't really have to use a lot of direction. It'll be more about experiencing that whole area at once and doing it all in one day. Oh yeah, totally, a post-structuralist camo jacket. That's a good term. Oh,
right.
this is fun. Oh, that's nice.
Let's see. Does that look good, bad?
No.
No?
No, it's too shiny.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I think that's
we're going to need
better.
it eventually.
Oh yeah, I guess it's getting dark.
Yeah. So this is jacket 3. As you can see, you can probably see because we're dealing with a much smaller screen, but I will come back up. Do you want to check it out? Can I look it up from this?
Oh, that looks good.
Nice. So this is a collection of 3. It's Bless This Journey overall. Jessie is more of a Blam person. That's why we put Blam on her jacket. I'm more of a Bless guy. It's been really cool to see that people are, this was not intended, but a lot of people have been asking about these jackets, which, you know, I like jackets. People generally enjoy the jackets I have. So maybe it's not surprising that people would think that, you know, our enterprise is selling these jackets. It was not our intention to sell really any of the clothing that you see except for the dichotomies. But
we're open to it.
We're open to it. So
if anyone wants to buy anything that we are wearing, if it's an actual item, you'd have to wait till we're done with the season. If you want us to figure out a replication of it, we're down. But because of wanting to make things ethically and do things in this particular process, we'd kind of have to figure it out on a case-by-case basis. It would involve some kind of like in-person shopping trip that we'd have to go on, which over this year might be tricky to time out, but we're open to figuring it out if that's a thing that people want.
Yeah. So like Jessie's jacket, that's a one-of-a-kind piece. We're not going to be able to find something like that.
But we might find something like similar vibe, you know?
Yeah. This jacket, I don't think we're going to be able to find this exact color. The other 2 we might be able to. That was from Augusta Sportswear, which they make the jackets in Georgia, Augusta, Georgia. The patches are an interesting story. I don't think we've told them yet. These ones were made at the Ed Sullivan Theater building, where Stephen Colbert is filmed. I went there to pick them up, and it was a fun experience to like go in the back door at the Colbert show. And then these, I think,
it's called BCCO, right?
BCCO, yeah. And they were they were pretty good. I really enjoyed them, and like we could have gotten a higher value if we had ordered more, but we ended up just sticking with the amount that we needed. But yeah, if anybody out there is interested in getting patches made, just talk to us about that. And then these were made, was it Etsy?
Yeah, we found a person on Etsy that was based in Florida that made those patches for us.
Yeah.
Just like a small independent person.
Yeah. And then Jessie applied them. So altogether, there, I mean, the component parts, even just like to have the supplies, add up to a non-trivial sum of money because they're not made under duress somewhere in the world. So, but yeah, I mean, we're definitely interested in potentially making them should it come to that. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's stand together and we should answer some of these questions.
Yeah, I'll answer some questions. So front, back.
Okay.
All right. I'll try this light. See if that does things any better. Let's see. Welcome everybody that's come in since I last checked the chat. This might be my favorite one of the Jesse line of outfits. Well, that's good to hear. Footwear. Somebody's asking about footwear. So I'm going to take this opportunity to show this. I don't know if that's going to come out or not. That's the trickiest bit of stream thing that I have. But it shows the various tiers that we are doing, starting with vintage, secondhand, going to made in NYC, and then union made, USA made. The implicit thing here is that it's all ethically made. Then we're going to made outside the USA, things that were already owned by us or given to us, and then the bottom one being functional necessity. So with respect to the idea of shoes, we had to prioritize, our foot health. So based on the walks that we've done in the past, for those who don't know, we've gone from San Diego to Los Angeles. We've walked the length of Vermont. We went from the Pacific coast to Olympia, Washington. During those times, we've discovered that for me, New Balance works really well. For Jesse, Nike works really well. And so what we're going to be doing there is just acquiring those types of shoes. And, we can't guarantee that they're made in a way that matches the standards of the rest of it. But hopefully we get to a point one day where we can have those types of conversations with New Balance and see what they're doing. As for the socks, which is a very important thing, those are all U.S. sourced. So we're pretty happy about that.
How'd you do that?
I had a little bit of trickery.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I put my shoes back on because I heard you say someone was asking about footwear.
Oh, here it goes. Footwear's back.
I'm wearing my shoes.
Yeah.
And they also match this outfit.
So talk a little bit about the outfit.
So now I'm wearing my union shirt. And with my union shirt, I'm wearing this like 80s, 90s skirt that has on the back, the zipper pull is a piece of pizza.
Yeah, you gotta see this. This is really cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's pizza time.
It's a piece of pizza. And then we got this jacket that was in a box labeled 90s jackets, which it was labeled appropriately. It is a 90s jacket, and it was cream colored, and it had some stains on it. So I folded it up and dyed it, as I do. And then it has a patch as well. And I think, I don't know that there's much more to say about this outfit. The skirt I already had. I was actually going to wear it with one of my fall outfits. But then I didn't have something to wear with the black shirt. As we were saying, neither of us really wears black. So this was something that matched. Nice overlay. I thought so too. It's whatever's next on the sheet. Yeah, I think the Deja Vu is next for you. Oh, Hardy, get ready. Deja Vu's coming next. I also think that those of you that are saying the overlay is nice, I agree. I didn't even know that could be done. I got the Saved by the Bell skirt I got from a thrift store in Brooklyn, like 2 years ago, maybe, a place called Shop Worship, which is on Wilson. And it's actually a full outfit. It's a skirt and a sweatshirt combo. But the skirt looks nice with the shirt, so that's what's happening. We should have Brian thinks we should have a vote on who has the better outfit during the live stream for the walk. And I think that's a fun idea, but I kind of am like against competitive voting for things that are unnecessary. I think it's very fun, but like, I don't know. I'm sensitive. So I don't typically like to encourage people to vote on things that they don't have to. And yeah. Thank you about the pizza zipper. I want to see if there's any other questions that I should be answering. No. Yeah, so I heard when I was changing into this outfit, I heard Mike say that I typically wear Nike shoes, and that's true. The shoes that I'm wearing today, right now, are Hoka's, which I got for our last trip in the Pacific Northwest. I went to the Nike store to get new shoes, and the Nike guy actually sent me to Jackrabbit to get Hoka's. And I think I'm going to switch on and off between Hoka's and Nikes while we walk.
All right, so this is the Deja Vu is Real outfit that had been referenced in the chat earlier. So this is some linen pants that we got and then dyed to be this color. And then this is a sweatshirt that we got from Royal Apparel, I believe. That's a Long Island clothing company. This is also, Royal Apparel is also where we got all the shirts that we want to make the dichotomous tees with. So it wasn't union made. We did do a bunch of research on union t-shirts, and they were all really like construction quality and not really something that we thought a lot of people would be interested in wearing on a daily basis. So we ended up doing the next tier down for our project, which is ethically made, USA made. So that's how we went for that.
And these guys, I was able to call them and talk to them on the phone, and they sent documentation on like the way that they run their business and all the like ethical pieces that go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it says Deja Vu is Real on here. I'm going to get closer again because our screen's very tiny relative to what you guys might have. I came up with this phrase a number of years ago, and I was kind of just always waiting for something to put it on. And so when we started talking about the clothes, this idea presented itself. The dyeing itself was applied by Jesse with brushes at my direction, coloring-wise. It's very referential to some of the work that Jesse has been doing these past year or so with the brand Kalina Strada. And so when you open the shirt, it says Deja Vu is Real, again, with exactly the same pattern, or I guess as close to exact.
It's pretty close.
Based, again, on my watchful eye and Jesse's deft touch.
He was very watchful.
Yes.
I was very deft.
That's right. So
they're all natural dyes, too.
Yeah, all natural dyes as well.
Indigo, pomegranate, turmeric, and indigo is the green. Mm-hmm. The blue is indigo, and the purple is, sorry. It's a Bengali clay, which is, it's like a mineral-based clay dye. Yeah. And then the pants are indigo, too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cursed.
So let's get up again.
I'm gonna.
It's okay. This YouTube stream is listed as not for kids.
Oh, but there's one kid.
Oh no! Well, I can hear the sirens. They're coming for us. So this is what the front looks like. This is what the back looks like. This is what it looks like with the hood. This is what it looks like when Jesse goes to put on the next outfit. Let's see. Welcome to everybody that's in the chat again. Hi, Mom and Ed. Hi, Mary Jane. I don't think I said hello to Jason, but hello, Jason, if you're still here. I'm going to ask again if you guys could please subscribe, hit the notification, smash that like button, maybe two. I don't know. I've never had to do this before. This is the first day of having to be somebody that collects subscriptions from people. So we'll find out how that works. But as I described earlier, if we get to the magic number of 1,000 subscribers, then we can start doing live streaming on the streets while we're walking, which is something that people have asked me to do, and I can't do it until we get to that number. So if that sounds like something that's cool to you, please subscribe. If it doesn't sound like something that's cool to you, we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff on this channel too, and if you subscribe, maybe you'll find some of that stuff. And also, every time you subscribe, it makes a funny bell noise, and Jesse seems to like it. I also like it too. I think everybody likes it. Let's see. Thank you, Mary Jane, for the outfit compliment. Ben, I presume, is saying I have to get union t-shirts made for work sometimes. Agree, it's not really possible to get anything but a thick, heavy cotton shirt meant for construction sites. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've seen as well. Thanks for thoroughly smashing the like button, Jason. And yeah, so I think, ooh, there it is. Sweet, sweet bells. So let's see, what else? Today is the first day that I am no longer an employee of Avalanche Studios. I think that's something a lot of people know, but there might be some people that don't know that on the chat. So for the next 6 days or so, we're going to be getting a whole bunch of stuff ready for the walk. For those, we haven't talked at all about this, I don't think, but we're going to be endeavoring a podcast as well to do a recap on our walks every Saturday or on Fridays, or if we're doing some live from the street. So that's something to look out for. We're going to be putting those onto YouTube as well on this channel. So, be on the lookout for that. We're also going to be putting them through the normal podcast, like iTunes and Spotify, through this platform called Podbean. This is all stuff I have been learning the past couple months. So if you prefer just listening rather than watching, you can be on the lookout for that too. All right, Jesse is in. I think this is one of my favorites.
This might be my favorite too. This is my French girl outfit. It has a lot of layers. And I guess it's French, but it's also like British. It's my European girl.
It's the English channel.
It's the English channel.
Yeah.
But also the coat is kind of like a quilted, like the kind of jackets that were worn like 200 or 300 years ago by like waterway workers in China. So it's very international. Anyway, I've already explained the jacket. I think everything again is from that same trip. Yeah, I think the pants are from New Jersey. These are both from Philadelphia. This was from a store in Lancaster. It was more of like a curated place. So the jacket is really warm and quilted. And it's probably what I'm going to wear like on any of the spring days with the other outfits too, if I need to, if it's cold, which like right now it seems like it's not going to be cold, but we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. So that's that. And then, yeah, it's still more layers. I have this long underwear. This is not vintage. This is from Uniqlo. This is a practical item. And that's just for warmth, but it also looks nice with the outfit. And then this is a vest, which is separate from the shirt. And these pants are like fancy work slack pants. You turning on the light?
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. Yeah, so I feel like this one's gonna be fun because I'm like probably gonna wear the whole thing together every week, but I also have some options. I can play around with it depending on how warm it is and how I'm feeling. And then I also have this scarf that goes with it that like I like as a headscarf, but I also kind of like as like a neck scarf. But I don't know exactly how to tie it. It'll be fun to play with. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore vibes. Yeah, totally. That I think that's right. Thank you. I would like to invite you to a day in my office and see what I do walking dogs. Oh, that would be fun, Chris. Yeah. We'll have to look at the routes and find a time when we're going to be in Brooklyn, which happens a lot. It'll be fun to walk dogs in these outfits too. I think we'll be able to do that. I'm backing up and reading the comments here so I can interact with you, friends. Oh, maybe Mike already read this one, but yeah, having to get the union made t-shirts for work and not finding anything that's not a thick, heavy cotton shirt. I feel like shirts, like blanks in general, I was actually just talking about this with a fashion friend of mine the other day. They're just like, it's such an opportunity for somebody. I feel like a lot of people are looking for like a more ethical way of sourcing blanks, and it's hard to find. What's the design on the pants? Which pants, Chris? I don't know which pants Chris is referring to.
Recently,
if it's
probably
mine, they're just red. If it's the ones that Mike was just wearing, it was just they were just blue, but they were dyed. They didn't have any sort of design. They were just like a solid dye.
All right. Well, this is my fifth and final outfit. This jacket was acquired during our Pennsylvania vintage trip. We were thinking originally about putting patches here, but the way that it cuts, it would have overlapped with this kind of large. This isn't a dart, but what is this called?
No, that's like a yoke.
A yoke?
I guess I call that like a yoke seam.
Yeah. So we didn't end up doing that. Similarly with the back, it just cuts across in a way that didn't really make sense to add a patch there. The pants also acquired on our big Pennsylvania trip. That ended up being very fruitful, particularly for Jessie. She was able to get a lot of stuff. It's the men's clothes game. There's a lot more repetition, I would say. You really have to dig a little bit harder.
It's a lot of like flannels and camo and stuff for men.
Yeah. And we did find some stuff, but yeah, a little less interesting. But we did these pants. They're like linen. They're like pretty baggy, cuffed. I think they're going to be really comfortable for walking. And then this shirt was an item that I already owned. It was from a dollar store uptown. I think, I was just thinking about it as I was putting it on. I can't be certain, but I think I acquired it after we spent a night up at Becca's house, Becca's family's house, watching a Bollywood movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
We were walking back, like we were gonna walk back through Central Park, and then maybe take the train the rest of the way home, and then you like saw it. You did like a very Mike thing where you like saw it and then didn't say anything. You just kind of like made a noise and ran in the store, and then came out like 2 seconds later with that shirt.
But I don't know. I like the pattern. It's, it's I Heart New York, but not I Heart New York. And it's kind of one of those things that's interesting where, for instance, Brian, who's in the stream right now, goes to Vietnam periodically, and there are these amazing English and otherwise just like kind of like culturally askew versions of shirts, like just like we would put here like characters on a shirt, Chinese or Japanese characters, and it wouldn't actually mean what it means. There is that kind of parallel from Eastern interpretation of Western things. And, that's something that we won't really have a lot of in our holster. But this one it's not entirely like Englishy, but it is the closest that we're going to get to that, where it's like, the Statue of Liberty's head is coming out of a flag. It's like a weird mashup. And I just always liked it. And so, yeah, this is a piece of clothing that's kind of down in the bottom tier where it's like already owned. Yeah. So that, and it's also kind of, as you can see, it's pretty worn, which I enjoy. It's kind of part of the design. And we'll see after, a season of walking how much it actually holds up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you want to see us both together?
Oh, yeah. I see that Ed loves the scarf. Thank you.
This is us together. On back. And if you haven't visited the website, I would recommend doing so. There are pictures of all of these clothes, along with what tier each of them comes from. And just get a chance to look at them more closely. And also check out all the other things that are going on the website. We are going to be revealing the clothing on a seasonal basis. So you'll see when you go over there, there's like grayed out for summer, fall, and winter. So those will be coming along as we go.
And we hope to have an in-person party to reveal the next season.
Yeah. Well, so we have I think we sent it out to many of you, but May 2nd is kind of tentatively when we're hoping things are comfortable for everybody to gather again to have a party for this. I don't know what the state of the clothes is going to be at that point. They might not be like pristine to share, but
kind of crazy.
Yeah, I definitely imagine some of mine will be stained. So
we will be washing them every week.
Yeah, we will.
But like figuring out how to wash them also is something that we're gonna have to kind of figure out as we go.
Yeah.
Especially the pieces that are like nice vintage and not like some like thrifted is one thing, but like like this jacket, I can't send this to the laundromat; they'll destroy it. So like I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of hand washing.
Yeah.
In addition to regular laundry.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So I mean that's all on the clothing side. We have the stream going until 7, but we'll cut it off early if there's no questions. But at the same time, if there are questions right now about any aspect of what we're doing, about the podcast, more about the clothes, about the walking, we'd be super excited to answer them.
Did you talk about the podcast at all? We have our first. Oh, did you already say that?
No.
We have our first podcast planned. We're going to record the day after our first walk, so it'll be Saturday the 21st. And then our plan is to record on Saturdays and take a day to edit and then release it on Mondays.
Yeah.
So Monday the 23rd should be the first day.
Yeah.
That it's out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what the reality of all of this is, because it'll be the first few times we're doing it. We'll be just, figuring out a workflow. Our intention is to have Monday releases for all of this. How that is, manifest in reality, we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. We have, we have these. Will this come through? Will this come through?
Wow.
Here.
No.
It's because we're looking right into the mirror, or into the light.
Yeah.
We have stickers. Look at that.
Nice
Can't you see? This is a very nice sticker that we... No, it's not going to work.
There.
Oh, we got it! So we have those stickers that we're going to be having as basically our cards for the rest of the year. So if you're interested in having some of these, let us know, and we'll give some, because we got a bunch, and we want them to be out in the world.
Yeah, we stuck our first sticker together the other night on 11th Street, right?
On 11th
It's on
Street.
11th Street
Yeah.
in Manhattan. You can go try and find it if you want. Does it feel like the perfect time to undertake a project where you walk outside all the time and create content for all the bored people stuck inside? Yeah, it kind of does. It's gonna be really weird. That was Ben. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. So should we? I guess we should tell them our first two routes. Is that
Sure.
okay? I already talked a little bit about the first one, and then like the first full one. But we've decided because of this virus and the city being kind of shut down and empty right now and presumably for the next couple of weeks at least, we have swapped out our second full week. We were supposed to be in Queens, and instead we're going to walk from our apartment to Hudson Yards, which is about 8 miles, and then wander around Midtown for 10 miles and walk home. And just to like capture that, we expect that it's probably going to be empty, and I don't know. I guess I saw Midtown kind of empty during Hurricane Sandy, but it was also dark. So this will be like a weird. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. It seems like a good. I don't know if good opportunity is the right word, but like or phrase, but it'll be interesting. It is a strange timing of it.
And by the way, this is total aside, but Brian, that impacts your appearance on our podcast as well. We're going to have to figure out a new time to, well, we kind of tentatively have an idea, but we'll talk about that more. But yeah, so, I mean, we were thinking about having the event all the way up until Wednesday, and then everything got canceled. So it didn't seem right for us to have it. We didn't want people that were feeling anxious about being in a group of people to be gathered. We didn't want people that were immune compromised to be in a spot where that might be a problem for them. And really, it seemed progressively more like doing it would be a selfish act. So
yeah, we also just figured like we'd spend the whole party talking to people about the virus because like every conversation we've had with anyone in the last couple of days is about the virus, and like that's not really how we want to kick it off. It's interesting, but we're still walking. We're still gonna walk. We're allowed to walk.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk.
For now, we're allowed to walk
It's like
until
the
the drones
we're
come.
all allowed to do. So we're still gonna do it.
Yeah. Which of course goes to the point where if all of you want to work from phone, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah.
Over these next couple of weeks. Be excited to have you. And yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's already, we have some very, intense ideas about what we want to do, very structured ideas, but at the same time, we know that it's all about rolling with whatever is coming. So, we had already had that anticipation before this project started, and this is like the clearest possible reminder that that is the case, that we have to constantly roll with what's going on. So. We will be, we're taking it as an opportunity to do some really interesting stuff around the city, and hopefully people will respond to that. And we look forward to getting all of your feedback on things that we should be doing, things that we might be missing, and seeing how we can fold that into what we're doing.
Actually, yeah, that was one of the things we were really excited about talking about at the event that we were going to have today. We wanted everyone to give us suggestions since, especially those of you that are New Yorkers, and even those of you that aren't, most people tend to have places that they really love to go, and especially hidden places or neighborhoods that maybe you grew up in or have spent a lot of time in that maybe we haven't spent a lot of time in. We would love recommendations and suggestions, and any, even if it's you want to see how something's changed, or if you've been there recently and you think we would enjoy seeing it, or anything that you want to share with us, we would love to hear it before we get started, but also as we go. Every week's going to be different and new for us, so send along anything you have.
Yep. Ed's asking us which bridge we'll take. We'll probably take the Williamsburg.
To get into the city?
Although, maybe we'll take a different bridge
No.
each day. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's a good, that would be
I
good.
mean, I know, now that you say it, I definitely want to take the Brooklyn Bridge, because that place is a madhouse normally. So it would be kind of fun to see it when it's totally empty. That will mean that, like, that's a pretty significant ways down from where we would be. So that will change the calculus of the walk trajectory.
Yeah.
But
Well, then we'll also be walking through downtown Brooklyn, which I think will be interesting. And it's usually kind of bustling during the day too. I like this, figuring it out in real time, but I like this idea of walking, switching it up every day and doing a different bridge. I think the most direct route actually is like the Queensboro Bridge, or
oh, that's interesting.
when I looked it up the other day, that's what it said. So maybe we'll do that one of the days, but that's probably like, it's the one I might be like the least interested in. It's probably the one that's the least traveled.
Yeah. Hi, Zach. So I guess we'll start working on wrapping it up. Maybe I'll look around the house and see if there's anything else that's interesting. It may look.
Did you show this map yet?
Uh,
Take it off the wall.
Yeah, sure. It may look very organized in this house, but that is the power of film.
Why did you tell them that?
Because I think it's funny.
It's hard to see anything in this camera.
I can see
This is our
down.
This is our first map.
Well, so we were going to make a bunch of posters for the event to kind of have it like an art vibe, but obviously we didn't have the event, so we didn't go through with printing them all out. So this is kind of what we have in mind for like a document of a print of all of the walks. We're going to iterate on that so that by the time we have the next event, we'll see what that looks like. But you can also go on to our website, and the first 3 walks are up. If you check in a couple of days, it's going to change based on what we were just talking about, doing a Midtown coronavirus walk. But it'll give you a general sense of like what the maps look like, the types of things that we are like tagging as far as what neighborhoods, parks, streets that we're going to walk on. And we're hoping by the end of the project, so long as all goes well, yes, that you should go get it. Go get it.
Oh, you want me to put it on?
Yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
That we'll have kind of a robust directory where you can see how many times we went to a neighborhood, how many times we walked on a particular street, what parks we went to, things like that. So yeah, Jesse just brought out some bonus outfits that we're excited to share. I had thought about it, but she brought it out just now. Well, I'll wait until she gets out so that you can see. It's a surprise. But let's see what else we can cover. I guess we'll do this one more time. I can't say it's the last time. But if you could please subscribe to the channel. We've already gotten a bunch, which is awesome. I'm kind of interested to see where we go from here, from the start of the stream to the end of the stream. But for those of you just joining, with the subscriptions, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we can live stream some of these walks, which we're super excited about. I really enjoy some of these long form videos that are on YouTube. Like at the end of the stream, if you go and you search like Times Square HD in the rain or things like that, they have these multiple hour-long videos. And we want to replicate that, but live.
It's our rainwear.
This is Jesse in our rain attire.
Can you see it?
You can see it a little bit. Come on back a little bit. Yeah, so that is one of many different rain gears that we have. We had to order more than we needed in order to get it branded. But at the same time, I think we're going to use all of them because they're different weights and different, heat temperatures.
Some people have already seen this. I don't know who's not. Becca has already seen this.
Nice.
I don't know if anyone else is here, but can mix and match.
Nice.
This one has a snap-on hood, but I don't have it with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show them all because we don't want to give it all away.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be wearing when it's rainy. And I think our first walk has a 40% chance of rain. So we're going to get good use out of them early, apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that does it for all the clothes that we can show you for the spring. Hi, Arden. I'm glad to hear that the fam is doing some advertising for us. Yeah, let's see. Let me just one second.
Where's our event poster?
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah. Jesse was just going to go look for the event poster, which I don't think exists anymore. But if you are interested in seeing what it looked like, you can go to our Instagram channel. I posted it up there. Jesse did a great job designing it. And yeah, we're planning on doing a bunch of Instagram content too. Our philosophy, acting philosophy for content, it's like a real delicate balance because we don't want to get to the point where it's like overkill on the documentation. We want it to feel organic, and we don't want to be like chasing that carrot of social media success too much. I mean, granted, I've asked people to subscribe like 3 or 4 times, but that's really just so we can kind of unlock a new tier of experience for everybody. I'm excited to try that. But so we're going to be like on any given day. Like Mondays, I think we're going to just have like a no documentation policy is our current idea. So we're just going to like experience it, not take out our phones or our cameras. I mean, I guess unless something we're compelled by some higher power to do some capturing. But then each day do different types of content. Maybe one day Instagram, one day long form video recording, and so on. But you know, always being mindful of the reason that we're doing this is because we want to be together and because the walk in and of itself is something that feels fulfilling based on our previous experiences. So, I want to check the bedroom to see if there's anything else that's exciting to share. I mean, there's a ton exciting to share, but I don't know, like visually. So I'll be right back.
Okay, go take a look. I'll take your seat. This rainwear is surprisingly comfortable. It's a little like noisy, which I think will be something to get used to. I don't know if Chris is still on here, but I think we spoke about it at one point, like dog walking full rain suit as well. And I wonder how noisy yours is. It's this we got from a company called Gilton, which does like all sorts of, I guess they mostly make like rainwear for construction workers and like people that are outside a lot. They also are known for their work gloves. Apparently they make the best work gloves. But they're based in Massachusetts, and they were ridiculously nice to deal with when we were ordering these. Yeah, so I'm excited about those. Did you find anything?
I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know how much longer we can just talk to no one. It's a new practice.
It's weird.
You seem to get used to it, though.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if we do more of it, we'll get used to it. But
I don't know how much of this we're gonna do. I mean, it was kind of impromptu.
Yeah.
I am glad that we're doing it at this tier because I feel like the quality level is decent, but I want it to be better. Like, yeah, I have ideas for how to make it better if we want to do it, but I'm not sure how much we're going to be doing this unless the coronavirus prevents us from gathering everyone together. So, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna pass through it quickly, so it's fine. Okay. Well, anyone that just got here, I guess how this works is that when we turn it off, then it just becomes a video, so you can watch the whole thing if you want to, or you can engage with us in some other way. I think everyone on here is someone that actually knows us, so you can just send us a message or something if any other questions come up. Thank you for being here with us virtually in this virtual party fashion show.
Yep. Our intended first start is March 20th, which I believe is the first day of spring this year. We're super excited about that. And and thanks for all your support so far. And we look forward to talking with you guys about this more.
One more.
I don't think you realize how high quality the stream has been.
Oh, wonderful.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
I'm
that's such a
glad to hear
good thing to
because I gotta tell you,
find out right at the end.
I've been testing for 2 days and it's been consistently dropping. So maybe we just caught a nice wave. So I'm glad to hear that. Woo!
Oh. There is a delay, so the answer to that didn't come through until
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So this is the part where I figure out how to close everything, we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for coming out.
Bye.
Bye.